It started as a dare, a challenge. The kind of stupid thing three friends would do just to prove they weren't afraid. They said they would enter Blackroot Forest, stay for an hour, and leave. But once they crossed that line into the darkness, everything changed. They were laughing, joking, like they didn't care. James, the most fearless of them, led the way. Sophie, the skeptic, tried to make light of it, while Mark was already looking over his shoulder, as if something was watching. It didn't take long for the mood to shift. The trees were thicker now, the air heavier. It was cold. Sophie joked about the haunted woods, but her voice was shaky. James kept going, but Mark, his face pale, looked around more and more, as if he could feel something following them. They walked for what seemed like hours, but it felt wrong. There was no way out. They tried to retrace their steps, but the path had vanished. Mark was already panicking. "We should have turned back," he muttered, looking at the strange footprints that hadn't been there earlier. Then they heard it. A sound, faint at first, but growing louder, a whisper, calling their names. James, trying to keep calm, told them it was just the wind. But Sophie and Mark were no longer laughing. The forest was alive, breathing, waiting. In panic, they tried to leave, but the trees, they moved, closing in on them. Mark screamed as something grabbed his leg. The others pulled him free, but they could feel it now, someone, or something, was hunting them. They weren't alone. They ran, but it was no use. Mark vanished. There was no sign of him. No scream, no trace. It was as if he was swallowed by the forest itself. Sophie and James kept running, but they couldn't escape the darkness. James was the only one to make it out. He came back, covered in dirt, eyes wide with terror. "They are still out there," he said, his voice trembling. "The forest. It never lets go. Some say the forest claimed them. Others believe they are still out there, waiting." Subscribe to find out what happened next.